This is Robert Mardlachi, the Mindshare Learning Report, Canada's Learning and Technology e-magazine. And welcome to This Week in Canadian EdTech Mindshare TV podcast featuring Jean Tong, the K-12 Program Manager at Esri Canada, on receiving the Alex Trebek Medal for their K-12 Geographic Literacy Program. Congratulations, Jean, and thank you for joining me today.
Thanks, Robert.
A little bit about Jean. She started working at Esri in 2007. Her main focus is supporting educators across the country and teaching with spatial technologies. In addition, she manages the K-12 staff and aids in planning and direction of the K-12 support initiatives and activities. And you can follow Jean on Twitter or X at Jean D. Tong. She enjoys spending time exploring the outdoors with her family. She became involved in triathlons with her daughter and frequents Lake Ontario on her kayak. Explore her story map and about Algonquin Park camping trip Jean and her family did a few years ago. And she is a classroom teacher or a former teacher, always a teacher, but a former classroom teacher. Wow. Congratulations again. How exciting to have received such a prestigious award.
Yeah, it was, it really just blew myself and the rest of my group, my colleagues in the picture here, for doing something we're so passionate about, bringing geography into the classrooms and engaging educators in geographic literacy to use with their students. We're so thrilled and proud to receive this award. So the picture you're seeing is from, I guess, my left to right. In the red sweater there, we have Arabelle Sauvé. She's our bilingual K-12 education specialist based out of actually Sherbrooke in Quebec. And she does a lot of work in supporting not just in Quebec, but all Francophone educators and students across the country. And next to her is Angela Alexander, and she's a K-12 education specialist that supports, educators across the whole country. And she's actually been in the company 17 years. So
amazing.
She actually is receiving an award later this year from Skills Ontario for a volunteer award for running the GIS competition there. So, and she also became a fellow of the Canadian Geographic Society at this event. So Angela's a very key member of the group.
What an impressive team.
Yeah, and there I am, which thank you, Robert, for the lovely introduction. And next to me is Susie Saliola, who works in both the K-12 education and supporting higher education research projects, but she focuses a lot on the K-12 education partnerships we have with organizations like Canadian Geographic Education.
Amazing. So this journey isn't recent. This has been in the making since the late 80s, the GIS mapping, super innovative technology. I know my wife, when she was senior manager in planning, had her team and architects that leverage that technology in a big way. It's embedded in pretty much every municipality. What an amazing story. And talk to me about the K-12 aspect of it, because it really does provide a bridge for the future and opportunities in going into this burgeoning field.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we find when working with educators is how excited they are to bring this technology to their students, because it is a bridge or a pathway to higher education, careers. So many industries utilize GIS to understand issues or do planning and come up with solutions. And the K-12 program at Esri Canada offers the same professional level software that's being used, by the planning group where your wife used to work, that the students use this
Hmm.
technology and for their learning. And so it's really powerful when students can do that, the real world exploring of data. And we all hear what's going on in the news with earthquakes and forest fires and
Right.
various things. And if they can bring in the data themselves and do their own analysis, it's more impactful when they're looking at it and discovering it for themselves. And that's what GIS helps them do.
Amazing. So, for the benefit of our audience that might not be aware of what GIS is, perhaps you can give us a
Yeah.
20,000 foot view of what exactly GIS is and what it does. ArcGIS, I'm seeing. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah,
So GIS, it's an acronym. It stands for Geographic Information Systems. So it's about where something is. So that point um, on a map, whether it's an address, a city, um, a coordinate. So where something is with what's at that point. So the information. So, is it a pyramid? How old is that pyramid? How big is that pyramid? Who excavated that pyramid? So that information you want to know about that point. And then the system that puts it all together is the software you're using, the end user, the data you've created, or you're using a tablet, a Chromebook. So all of that's part of the system that helps bring it together. So it's about where something is, but what's at that point, and then being able to ask the map questions, ask your data questions, and look for patterns and relationships. What else is around that could be impacting something. So where and what.
awesome. Well, that's really helpful for sure. And the career pathway options are plentiful, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah. So whether you're, I mean, we always joke in my group that, give us something you're interested in and we will tell you how GIS is used, or how GIS or geographic thinking is connected to that. So anytime you're, even personally using the word where, you're using geographic literacy to understand where are you going to meet your friends, where are you going to park, where are you going on vacation. You're having to understand your world and make a decision about what's around it and what could impact the
and
where.
and where to live. Hence,
Yeah,
my
exactly.
new startup venture, Livable, will be able to leverage data and make sense of like that. Will be a critical piece.
Yeah, yeah. So where? That one word.
Yes, fascinating. Now, you also got a medal. Perhaps can you share that medal with us and
Yes,
hold it
yes.
up
So
and
we were
tell us a little bit about it?
the Alex Trebek Medal for Geographic Literacy. So again, very excited that the K to 12 education group each got their own individual medal to recognize individually the different parts we play to support educators and make Canada better known to Canadians.
And of course,
And
he was a great Canadian who recently passed, and
exactly.
many
So,
years had his own show.
yeah, Jeopardy, that little show.
That tiny little show that went on for, was it 40 plus years or more?
Yeah, I'm,
Incredible.
yeah.
Incredible. That
So
makes it extra special, doesn't
it
it?
does. Yeah, it does. It does make it extra special. And to be recognized for something we do, we love to do. I say we because I know Arabelle, Susie, and Angela feel the same. We're so passionate about geography and GIS, and getting to share that with people every day is exciting, and getting an award for it makes it even more exciting.
Now, I'm not sure that most people are aware that the software you provide is actually free to schools.
Yeah, so the software is free to all K to 12 educators, students, homeschooling associations, like anyone wanting to use the software for teaching and learning with the K to 12 age students and learners. The software is available for free. And not just the software, so is our support. So whether it's professional
Right,
development or tech support from us, and teaching and learning resources. So that's a commitment that Esri Canada makes to supporting youth and geographic literacy, and that also is something not just in Canada, but actually across the globe. It's a program that's
right.
available in other countries.
Now I see app reference. You have an app, or was this a
Yeah.
challenge to create an app?
So there's different things. There are apps. So you have the software ArcGIS. So ArcGIS is a platform. Much
Right.
like other software platforms, there's a number of tools that do different things within
Hmm.
it. And so there's apps for creating surveys, for creating something called a story map, for making dashboards, and for making the maps. And these all come together under, we often talk about ArcGIS Online, the
Right.
web-based part of the platform, because that's predominantly what's used in K to 12 education. So this back to school map and app challenge. So um, this was one, so our GIS ambassador program. So you saw the 4 people that
Right.
are the K to 12 group, but we actually have a whole network of volunteers across Canada, these GIS
Amazing.
ambassadors. Yeah, they're GIS professionals, they're higher education students, they're Esri Canada staff
That want
that
to
go out.
pitch in and help.
Yeah, they volunteer, they go and do things in classrooms. And so there was a challenge to them to create an app to either use in the classroom or share with us to be able to share with other ambassadors.
Amazing. And then you also have, I was sharing another page. I'm going to share another page here. And you have the opportunity to bring an educator into the classroom as well. And that's what you're doing next week.
Yeah, well, in 2 weeks, yep. So we're going to visit a school in Burlington, Aldershot Secondary School, and work with the teacher there and do some workshops with the students. Bringing technology into the classroom, I know it can be a scary thing. Not saying that the teacher there is scared, but it's nice to be able to go in and provide that hands-on support, so then the teacher is enabled next year to be able to do that with their students.
I love the fact that you really encourage the sharing in the community. You're really building community here, I could see, and that's impressive. That is really the secret sauce when it comes to scaling and building further.
Yeah, and I mean, that part of this award we got is um it was so exciting for us because we've worked for a number of years in different on different projects with Canadian Geographic Education. So their education group, they have many resources now they've created using ArcGIS, and they've got expertise and experts and explorers that are doing amazing things, and using our tools to help showcase that has been invaluable. So that community for us of education partners as well,
Hmm.
like Canadian Geographic Education, is important. And then building the community with teachers is, they're on the ground, they're the ones that are exciting the students. So the more we can support and provide for them, the better it is for all of us down the road when the kids are out working as the planners and making these decisions for us.
Thank you for that. Do you have a student challenge as well?
We did have a student challenge. We did have a student challenge where they would look at a Canadian issue. They would choose an issue within Canada. It
Right,
could be local in their community, and they would create a story map for that. Otherwise, the competitions that we're supporting at the moment is through the Skills Canada Association. So there's
right,
competitions, and then as they come up, hackathons, which were
right,
pretty popular out there. And of course, coding and computer science is a whole other world for geographers now, and bringing
right.
that into GIS. Yeah, that.
There's a real convergence happening, isn't there, Gene, in education with all the various tools and subjects in cross curricular interplay.
Yeah, so actually my colleague today, Angela, she just did a workshop for math faculty of ed instructors. And we were talking about like how excited we are that it's maths, and they're looking at wanting to bring math concepts to life and show how it's applied in real world. And so GIS is the tool they've identified they want to use to do that. So the data management, surveys, it's and the statistics side of it is so rich that geography often gets the hold of GIS because it's geographical information systems. It's often a map
Right,
you're creating as an end product, but all of the work to say get to that map or analyze that map, or some of the other tools like these story maps, man, the history educators being able to have their students create their own maps on a soldier's journey using it's bringing primary source documents to life when you start to look at the location of things and can start to map out someone's journey and understand it from a spatial context. Like it's very exciting to see, and that's something really
yeah,
in our future that we're looking to focus more on. And we do see some provinces have really taken ArcGIS and they're using it in middle school classes as collaborative projects between various classes because of the
amazing.
cross-curricular nature.
And this video that I hope it's being shared. Oh snap! Let me share this video. Uh, I thought it was because I'm jumping into different areas of your
Oh,
content, and yeah, here it is. Uh,
okay. Yep.
and drone technology. Talk to me about the leveraging drone technology and how that's made a real impact as well, I presume.
Yeah. So actually, so drones, there are some teachers that have done, very extensive use of drones to collect their own data and
Right,
bring it into ArcGIS, which the students then have the most recent data. They can do analysis on that. There's an educator. So there's two awards that educators usually get at the
right,
Royal Canadian Geographic Society. So the other one this year was an award for a medal for innovation in geographic education. And the teacher,
incredible,
Wade Leonard, who received that, it was for his program Above and Beyond with Drones and GIS, which he
very
does.
cool.
Just yeah,
Because
just
what I sense is
mhm.
what we're seeing here, these images were captured for the most part with drone technology, and it's just images you would never otherwise see because it's difficult to capture and costly normally. You know,
Yeah.
you're not going to have a helicopter flying through a park, as an example, right? but you can have a drone flying.
No, you won't.
Yeah,
No.
but we're seeing some of the most spectacular, beautiful parts of Canada. Some of I played that golf course, by the way, that just showed. But to be able to share this openly with students, and this is not just high school. It's there's Glen Abbey. Yes, I was there not long ago. To share it with it's not just high school. It's K to 12.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So believe it or not, right down to kindergarten and even
Yeah,
younger, there are tools in here. It's how it's applied with the different ages. Might be something the teachers are guiding more for the students, but there's projects where one school in Toronto, they had a school-wide project and it was led, I think it was grade ones in partnership with the grade six class on how how the playground is used at recess. And so they created a survey to find out where people play at recess and are they by themselves? Are they playing a active game, a
uh-huh.
creative game? And so did all this analysis. And more importantly, how do you feel at recess? And so they created a survey and a dashboard and a map and communicated that to the
Brilliant.
school community. Grade one.
Grade one. Yeah, no, I mean, we hit the winner. One of the winners of our Schools of the Future Challenge, Student Invention Challenge, was grade three and created this hydro uh, ponic, system that will help remove plastics out of the ocean. Incredible design thinking from a grade three student. And, the sky's the limit when you give them agency and the tools to be creative.
Yeah. Yeah. It's exciting.
Well, that's fascinating. So, what's next? Any new and exciting initiatives that?
Well, yeah, so we've talked a lot about working with the educators in the classroom, but we have over the last few years we've done some workshops in connecting with faculties of ed, and so we really see that's a group of educators, the pre-service educators, that we need to do some more proactive work with and support. I remember being at teachers college myself, and that's the time you're trying to figure out, how am I
Yeah.
going to be teaching in the classroom, what tools do I want to use, what's going to set me apart from others. So yeah, so next year that's something
So,
we will
working with
have
the
an award for that too.
Oh,
So
fantastic. We at our recent Canadian EdTech Summit in Ottawa, we partnered intentionally with the Faculty of Education at University of Ottawa because of those specific reasons to
mhm.
bring that community into the latest trends and insights on what's happening, uh, in the classrooms today in the most innovative ways, because you don't want them landing in the classroom not having seen some of the tools like yours
Yeah, yeah,
or
exactly.
experienced them for that matter in a meaningful way. Well, Jean Tong, thank you so much for this fascinating sharing and storytelling on receiving this awesome award from from Alex Trebek, the Medal of Honor for your work in the K-12 geographic literacy program area.
Yeah, thanks, Robert. I'm always happy to talk about it. So anything
Awesome.
to do with geographic literacy. So
And where
thanks.
might they go to learn more? What's the
Yeah,
website?
actually, so the website is k12.esri.ca. So that's the place to get connected with us, to request software, to get access to resources. It's all there. So yeah, k12.esri.ca.
With that, thank you again, Jean. That was Jean Tong, K-12 Program Manager at Esri Canada, on receiving the Alex Trebek Medal for their K-12 Geographic Literacy Program. My name is Robert Merglace of the Mindshare Learning Report. Be sure to check out www.mindshare.learning to get your latest issue. And until next time, stay healthy, stay safe, and keep the learning curve steep.